Yeah, chamber pressure looks good.
Doubling up. Roger, with planet.
Water towers, fly! Yes! Tango down to nominal.
Flight downside, SPD off. Bring in, SPD off.
It's orange!
145! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Decollage. Put that in the big bag, Jingle.
343 unfolds to go.
Indeed.
We rise together, back to the moon and beyond.
The second igniting flare, correct?
Yikes. You bet. We don't need any more of these.
Hello, Tank Watchers, and welcome to another NSF live stream. That's right, they are about to stack Ship 31 on top of Booster 13 ahead of Starship Flight 6. In fact, Ship 31 is already in the air right now, and you know what that means. Once we get a full stack, we will reveal the Flight 6 patch, which should be a treat. I'm Jack Beyer for NSF. If y'all have any questions, throw them in chat with @NASASpaceflight. We'll see your questions pop up as we watch this ship raise into the air. Also, joining me on today's stream is one of my very favorite people, Trevor Sesnick. Trevor, how you doing?
I'm good. I think I'm one of your very favorite and very least favorite people.
You know, it depends on the time of day, the day in general, what the phase of the moon is, what the tide's doing. You know, it's complex.
It's awesome to be here. We don't think this is the final stack of this vehicle because we have not seen any FTS work done, and it seems unlikely that would have been done in the bays, so we're expecting probably another D-stack ahead of launch, but still awesome to see a full stack nonetheless.
Yeah, absolutely wild that they are stacking this rapidly after Flight 5. And not only that, I'm seeing there's a little bit of a little fun fact from Webby in our back channel that this is the first time they have rolled out a booster, placed it on the mount, and then stacked a ship in the same day. So SpaceX just continuing to shorten turnaround times here in Starbase, which is exactly what they need to do in order to be able to fulfill their Artemis contract with NASA. And, Mars and Starlink and all that other good stuff. Also in the background, we have Kevin Michael Reed. Kevin, thank you for doing what you do. Kevin is running the stream today. We love him for it. I think Jay is also in the background as well. But I don't know. We'll see if Kevin wants to show Jay's info or not. But you can see everyone's info popping up in the top right there. But yeah, right now the ship looks paused a few feet off the transport stand. There's Jay's info. This is pretty normal, right, Trevor? We basically always see them lift it a little bit, wait for a few moments, sometimes many moments, and then they lift it onto the booster, right?
Yeah, definitely usual pattern so far. We don't super know what exactly they do at this whole point. It's probably just, final alignment checks and whatnot, but we've seen this on essentially every stack that they have done.
Yeah, so this is normal. Everything's fine. We should expect to see the ship start moving again here shortly. And once again, once we get that full stack, we will be revealing the Flight 6 NSF Starship patch, which should be a treat. I think we also have Adrian around for that as well, but maybe not just yet. Someone just got it. Someone just got the patch without even having seen it. I will say though,
it's a thing. It's a thing.
Go ahead, Adrian. Also, hi.
Yeah, everybody. There has been people starting to buy this without even seeing it. But yeah, we are working on it. I'm working on releasing it. We'll talk about it more later. But I can already tell you, patch 6 is not the only thing we will show you today. We have been cooking. There's something else.
Ooh, I think I know what you're talking about, and I'm excited to learn more once this thing gets stacked. So we will see what happens there. But I will just say, I have seen the Flight 6 patch, and it does slap. So.
Wait, are you telling me the patch doesn't just say revealed with full stack on it?
Hey, look, ship's moving again. There we go.
Awesome.
Trevor, about how long do these stacks take? Have they been getting shorter and shorter, or is that just like my own cognitive bias?
I think it's kind of we've started seeing it be about the same. It's just a little under an hour, 40 minutes to an hour these days seems about normal, which is a lot less than it used to take. It used to, on some of the first lifts, it was easily an hour and a half while they had more hold points to make sure everything was looking good and whatnot.
Right. Looks like they've paused again. Again, this is normal. Usually we see a couple fits and starts, and then they'll start just throwing that thing on top of the booster. It's crazy. Like it doesn't move very fast until it does.
Yeah.
Samuel Miller is asking, what type of testing do you think we see on Sunday? There's a closure for Sunday, isn't there?
Yeah, there is a road closure on Sunday, and I don't think we have the best idea of what it is. It's possible that SpaceX would want to do like a mini wet dress or something of the sorts. Definitely not a full wet dress, but I don't think they would do that on Sunday with a launch on Monday. So it very well could be them just planning some testing where if they have time, they'll get it done. If not, they're not going to worry about it, but not 100% sure.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just preemptive sort of thing in case they need it. Maybe they don't even end up using that closure, and Sunday is fine if they do still intend to fly on Monday. I was watching Countdown to Launch earlier, and I know Adam was pointing out some stuff with the weather, so hopefully the weather holds, and we can see this baby launch on Monday. What is that, like 36 days after the last launch? That's bonkers.
Yeah, it would be the fastest turnaround of that pad at 36 days, 9 hours, and 35 minutes if they hit the opening of the window.
Fantastic. I can't wait. Man, I was nervous for Flight 5 because, first catch and all that. For Flight 6, I'm going into this and I'm just like, let's party. Let's go. Let's send some stuff into space. It's like, it's not the first one. It's not the last one. It's not any kind of crazy milestone necessarily launch-wise. So yeah, let's send this thing. Let's stack it. Let's launch it and watch another booster come back. I'm so excited. Trevor, you have to get out here for a booster landing. Like the sonic booms, if you think of Falcon 9 RTLS sonic boom is crazy, the sonic boom from a returning Super Heavy is absolutely nut bar.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I definitely really do want to get out. I was kind of hoping to get out for this one, but timing just isn't great for me. So
Right.
hopefully Flight 7. The good thing is there are going to be a lot more catches.
Yeah, I've been hit up by a couple different friends ahead of this launch, like, oh no, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. And I'm like, sucks. I'm sorry. I'd love to see you here. But also, there's going to be literally hundreds and thousands more of these. No sweat. I mean, the ones that always give me the most stress and consternation are firsts, right? Because it's like the first time something has ever been attempted, I want to do a good job documenting it. This isn't that. It's not a first. Like, yes, anybody out there that wants to see a Starship launch, please. I cannot encourage you enough to go through the effort and get down here to Starbase to see it, because it's absolutely a life-changing experience. But, if you can't make it on this next one, there'll be plenty more to come. Also, first ship catch. Also, first tanker flights. Also, hey, look, the ship's lifting again.
Yeah, I was supposed to say, I bet this is when we'll see it just go basically all the way up pretty quickly. It'd be my
hopefully.
guess.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
I think we're all a little bit scarred from previous lifts where they've had to set the ship or the booster back down, or they've set the ship down on the booster and then lifted it back off again. But, as you were saying at the start of the stream, Trevor, this is not necessarily expected to be the final stack, right?
Yeah, so this is kind of what we were actually talking about in Countdown to Launch, where a lot of us were thinking, like, it's probable that SpaceX is going to do the FTS install work before the final stack. and they did not do any of that work. So the only possible time where they could have done it that we wouldn't know about is if they did it in one of the bays. But I don't see them doing that. Like, it seems, right, we know that when they install FTS, once the FTS is installed, they only allow certain people around the vehicle that have like the FTS certification or whatever it is. And they try to, just keep work on the vehicle minimal. And I don't really see them wanting to shut down the bays for that. And I don't really see them wanting to transport a vehicle with FTS on it on a public road. So my guess is that there's no FTS on this vehicle, and we will see a destack for installation of FTS. That said, there is still that slight possibility that they did do it in the bays, and I am totally wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. Never say never, right? And there you can see the ship lifting into the air. Oh, it's almost Raptor time, folks. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Keep your questions coming. I see your questions flying by in chat right now. RC Horseman, what's up, RC? He says, Jack, you can hate on Trevor because he doesn't know who Kevin Bacon is. You don't know who Kevin Bacon is, Trevor?
No, I did not. I assumed it was a troll, if I'm being honest.
Richard is asking, is the optimal shape of a fuel tank cylindrical? I think it's technically spherical, but I'm so not an engineer. This is a Trevor question.
Yeah, a sphere has it depends what you mean by optimal. A sphere has the highest ratio of surface area to volume. So like the surface area slows the growth compared with your growth of volume. But of course, like, that's not super helpful for a rocket, since it would just be super wonky and whatnot. So really only COPVs are sometimes spherical.
Right.
But yeah, I would say generally cylindricals are the best, since it's easy to manufacture. You don't have any like corners on it. And as we talk about a lot, right, that surface area grows with the square of radius, whereas the volume grows with or the area grows with the square, whereas the circumference grows with the radius is proportional to radius. So it is certainly still a very good shape for a rocket.
Now I'm picturing like spherical or square-shaped rockets. Thank you for that, Trevor.
No problem.
So Yeet is asking, why stack now without flight termination this close to flight? I mean, If it was sunset, I would say PR. But it's not. Maybe they just want to do some checkouts of the full stack before they install FTS. I don't know. That's a good question. What do you think, Trevor?
I mean, these two vehicles have never been stacked before. So I definitely could see them wanting to find out if there are problems with 90 hours left before launch, then, in 1 or 2 days from now, when they would have less time to deal with any problems.
Yeah, makes sense.
One thing that I was thinking about when we started the stream with that fact from Ryan, that this is the first time within a day they'll go from nothing on the OLM to the full stack.
Yeah.
That reminded me that this morning's, just to put into perspective how insane the Falcon cadence is, this seems really fast, right? This morning, SpaceX flew from Slick 40, which was the fastest turnaround of one of their pads ever, at 2 days and 15 hours. So that's like half of the time that they spent turning around an entire Falcon launch complex is still how long it takes for them to stack this vehicle. So Starship has so much work left to do to get to where Falcon is. And I think that's just one cool stat that kind of shows how ridiculous Falcon cadence is.
I mean, it's like we're all watching a puzzle be slowly assembled by SpaceX in real time. It's the cool thing about Starbase, is that we get to see all of this stuff happen before our eyes. And if you sort of are lost in the day-to-day minutia, as one can be when they're here every single day, it does seem slow. Even though, when you take a step back and put everything into perspective, this is the world's largest rocket. Nothing like any of this has ever been tried before. So it's truly astonishing how fast they are going. But I think to your point, Trevor, in 2025, I think things are really going to accelerate. I think in 2025 we're going to see payloads, we're going to see ship catch, we're going to see booster reuse. There's so many things that basically not only SpaceX wants to do in 2025, but frankly they need to do. And one of those things to necessitate full and rapid reuse, because that's the catchphrase, right? It's not just full, it's not just rapid, it's full and rapid reuse is getting around getting down the turnaround times on the Starship pad. And you better believe they're going to take all of their learnings from Falcon 9 and 5 flights of Starship so far and pump that all into, well, I suspect Pad B first.
Yeah, for sure.
And then Pad A. But yeah, it's 2025, man. It's going to be one heck of a year. And if Flight 6 is the last Starship launch of this year, I think we're on really good footing for...
What do you think the furthest milestone is that the Starship program will reach next year?
Oh, that's a really good question. The furthest milestone I think they'll reach next year, I think they'll get to prop transfer.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. If they don't do that next year, that'll be not good for HLS and a lot of Starship's goals. So I think that's something that they need to demonstrate as soon as possible. And I do think next year is possible.
Yeah, I mean, if seeing them successfully catch on Flight 5 has made me think anything, it's that now we are getting to the point where Starship hits its stride. Yes, there's a lot of milestones to be completed. Yes, there's a lot of test objectives to be done, and a lot of this is still a prototype vehicle, but I really think 2025 is going to mark a dramatic change in this program, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be here for it and cover it live.
Yeah.
To that end,
No kidding.
Thank you to everybody who supports what we do, because we can't do this stuff without you. So Robert, thank you for becoming a Red Team member. Wilbo, what's up, buddy? Gifting 11 Red Team memberships. Musical Wolves, thanks for the super chat. Sean Plays Too Much, thanks for the super chat. Jonathan, thank you for the store purchases. Looks like they got the patch, which we are going to reveal once this thing's stacked. Jonathan's also asking, which is better, shuttle landing or booster catch? I'm sorry, Crispy. I really hope Crispy isn't watching, because I do love me some shuttle landing. I mean, I'm a plane guy. I love space planes. Don't get me wrong. Booster catch. Booster catch. Like, any day of the week, booster catch is so much cooler than shuttle landing. I'm sorry, Chris Bergen. You know me. I love the shuttle. Yes, I also hate the shuttle. We don't have to get into that now. Point being...
Chris wants you to know he's watching.
Oh God! Oh geez! Oh God! No. Point being, I was looking at my behind the scenes video of Flight 5, and when the sonic boom hits, like we had a bunch of those folding, crappy beach chairs or whatever, what have you, like the little fabric things you fold out and sit in on the beach. We had a bunch of those set up, and when the sonic boom hit, the seat backs of like 5 different chairs all moved back and forth like the cone of a speaker on a subwoofer. My shirt, my entire shirt moves like ripples with the sonic boom. It is madness. I really want to see some quantitative scientific data in terms of what's louder, or how exactly loud is a booster coming back. But to my ears, having heard both the shuttle landing sonic booms and Falcon 9 sonic booms coming back for an RTLS, and now super heavy sonic booms, I think there's just no contest. Honestly, it does kind of worry me a little bit, just because if SpaceX wants to launch 25 times next year, I assume all of those 25 times, or the vast majority of them, would be out of Starbase. And I do sort of wonder, what is the public's tolerance to hearing that stuff. Because, rocket nerds like me or you, Trevor, we're like, yeah, heck yeah. Rocket nerds will hear something like that and go, heck yeah. But not so much random people who don't even know that there's going to be a launch, and they're just going about their everyday life, and suddenly kablamo. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe SpaceX adopts some flight profile changes to mitigate the sonic boom. I don't know if that's even possible, but yeah, no contest. Sorry, Crispy. I do love Shuttle. Musical Wolves, thank you for the super chat. I like 64,738,983 bananas. Hashtag banana for scale for full stack. Hashtag chat GPT. Thanks, Musical Wolves. Paladin, speaker of tales. No, Paladin Phil, speaker of tales. Thank you for gifting 10 Red Team memberships. GeoHound65 becoming a Red Team member. Wilbo Baggins again. Thank you so much. I disagree with what you're saying. Films are important. But thank you for always, supporting what we do here. Troy, thank you for the store purchase. Anonymous, thank you for the store purchase. I think that was Musical Wolves. I think people are finding things in the store.
I did see some people.
Jim, thank you for the store purchase. They say, indeed, it is a slappy patch. Will says, this patch is totally visible on the store. Thanks, Will. Chris, they say, Starship patch Pokemon. Got to collect them all. Anonymous, thank you. Hi, Adrian. Hi.
I think it's time that I surrender.
Is it time? Is it time to give in?
Yeah, I think it's time to give in. Kevin, I think let's show the patch. There it is. I think it's one of the. Honestly, it's my favorite patch. I love it. It's based on a shot that we got during the landing last time. I think it was from one of the robotic cameras, and I think Chris Bergen tweeted it out, and everybody was like, "Oh dang, that's a patch," and there it is. That's our Flight 6 patch. People are finding it. I see it, and we are already getting so many good feedback about this. I love how all of you enjoyed. I hope you like it, and yeah, this is in the store now, available. I will make the quick remark that the shipment is expected to start on the first week of December. With Starship increasing flight cadence, we need a bit more lead up time. But yeah, this will ship in the first week of December.
It's such a beautiful patch. It's so high quality. Like, we take our patches so seriously. It's got the right stitching around the edge. Like, it's going to be the same quality patch you would get from a launch provider or anybody else if you're a member of the press, if you haven't gotten any of our patches yet. And a couple more things. You know what, Adrian? You and the store team, Pauline, congratulations on getting this up.
Yes.
Because holy cow, talk about a short turnaround. But that is the Flight 6 patch. It has been revealed. It is exquisite, and I'm tempted to set up some robotic cameras for our Flight 6 live stream with that exact angle. Because
I have more.
Wait, what?
I have more. So first off, I want to quickly show that, of course, we have their collection mode. Look at this. So remember when everybody is always saying to us, like, "Oh, you need stickers back. You need stickers back." Well, we have stickers back. When you go to collections at the top and you click on stickers, we now have stickers of every single patch. We have stickers of patch collections. We have
for those of you who don't know, I have literally been bothering... Oh, they're holographic! I've literally been bothering Adrian about stickers since before Flight 4. So I personally am so excited for these. Oh, heck yeah. There's different collections. There's holographic ones.
Yep.
Oh, you're just gonna spring this on me, buddy? Oh, there's the thrust collection. Okay, I know. I'm legitimately I need to go on the store after this stream because I legitimately have several tens of dollars at least to spend. But yeah, we put this stuff together. Adrian, you and Pauline and the whole store team, you spend a lot of time on this stuff, and it matters because it's one of the ways that we can continue to support what we do. And everyone out there that grabs one of these, not only can you have it for your collection, but also you're helping us do what we do, and you're getting something cool in return. So, pretty nifty. Holy crap, stickers are back. Yay!
Yep.
I think Jack is happy.
Happened. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with this feeling.
I've seen good reactions here. I've seen people enjoying this. I hope everybody enjoys this. We worked hard to bring stickers back, and again we have the patch and also our Christmas collection until the end of next week. You have to order for guaranteed Christmas delivery. So make sure if you want to have like a knitted sweater and everything, you have that until the end of next week. And now I need to monitor some stuff because, as you can imagine, a patch release creates a lot of things happening in the store. So I will look that everything goes well. And I also want to point out that every time we release a patch, we manage to break Jay's panel, and that's always fun. So do that, please, chat. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, so far, the panel is continuing to work, but once again, thank you, Adrian. Thank you, Pauline, for designing this awesome patch. Thank you, Adrian, for facilitating getting it into the store in time for Flight 6. Once again, this is going to be shipping early December. We had to, we had to scramble a little bit to get it ready for Flight 6 in time, but there you go. There's the Flight 6 patch. We hope you like it. And as a reminder, once it's gone, it's gone. So,
It's not a sales tactic.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe get it now, if you don't want to miss out, because they are going fast. And I know that's like everybody says that, but that's real.
It's like 2-in-1. You get Hoppy and Booster Catch in one patch.
Yeah, Hoppy and Boosty.
I want a Glenny Boosty.
I would love a Glenny Boosty patch. Andy Skibba is asking, what are your thoughts on possible SLS cancellation? Actually possible? Question mark?
Oh boy. Yeah, this is going to be super interesting with Elon's, role in the government increasing, leaving the politics aside of if that's good or not. It's going to be a very interesting few years for us covering space, and I definitely think that the cancellation of SLS is possible, but don't forget it's very hard. NASA and Congress would have to look into all of the contract cancellation agreements laid out, and basically they would have to end up paying for the remainder of the contracts anyway at the initial value. So it would be expensive, but it's definitely possible. That said, do I think it's going to happen? I have no idea. The government is such a hard agency to predict, especially with the changes coming in this upcoming administration. So who knows?
I think it's actually possible. I think it's completely possible. We'll see what happens, but totally nothing is off the table at this point. And if I'm being honest, I'm not going to make a lot of friends here in some space circles, but if I'm being completely honest, just cancel it. Just cancel it. Come on. It's just spend the money on science probes, spend the money on anything else. Scrap Mobile Launcher 2. Just cancel it.
I agree. I said this probably 30 times on stream at this point, but right, the Artemis program is touted as we're going back to the moon sustainably, and there is absolutely nothing about SLS and Orion that is sustainable. Right.
Yeah. I honestly I agree. I like SLS. I like the shuttle. I like shuttle-derived hardware. It's like Shuttle C from days of old. I don't like how expensive it is. I don't like its flight rate. So if SLS goes away, I won't be super bummed. Although I will be bummed that we don't get to see it launch again, because what a beautiful vehicle.
Yeah, no kidding.
But, beautiful, but expensive. So, we'll see what happens. Steven, thank you for the support. Ironclad, thank you for the support. Joseph, also thank you. They say, love my wonderful wife for allowing to buy this patch. Thanks, Joseph. 3 Opossum trench coat, love that. Upgraded to Red Team member. And they gifted a Red Team membership. Uh-oh, Jay, the panel's starting to act weird. I think chat might have broken the I think chat might have broken the panel. Looks like the ship is translating over on top of the booster. Excellent. Trevor, what do you think?
Heck
More
yeah.
questions?
More questions, more better. That's the saying, right?
Were you about to say more gooder?
I was considering it.
I felt like you were about to say more gooder. Outdoors Man Show is asking, is it worth for SpaceX to put a Starlink V3 satellite on Flight 7? Personally, I think it really depends on how Flight 6 goes. If they nail all the ship objectives on Flight 6 and they can do that in space burn with Raptor and prove that they can safely deorbit a ship, yeah, why not? I think Flight 7 or 8, either of those is a likely candidate for an actual payload. What do you think, Trevor?
I think Flight 8 seems more likely to me to have an actual payload on it. I don't know if I see them wanting to go into a proper orbit on the first V2 flight, but then again, SpaceX's mentality is always do something new, always push forward. So is just flying version 2 of ship enough for them? I could easily see the answer to that question being no, and they go for it anyway. The other interesting question on this note is, do we think when they do the first payload launch with Starlink satellites, do you think it'll be like a full batch of satellites, or will it just be a few so that if something goes wrong, they're not losing too many? Jack may be talking while muted. All right, I don't know where Jack is.
I was talking while muted. Thank you. No, that's a really good question. I'm not sure. I have an answer.
Yeah, I bet they YOLO it and put a full batch on.
I mean, doing a couple, I get it. It makes sense if the ship and the booster are like over mass margin because they're still prototypes. Then yeah, do a couple. If they have the margin, send a full stack of Starlinks. I'm still curious, like how many V3s can they fit inside the payload section of a version 2 ship? Because the payload section has changed quite a bit from version 2 to version 1.
I think, now Ryan or Alex, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Ring Watchers did a super thorough write-up on this, and I think they're estimating about 60.
Gosh, I love the Ring Watchers. I'm so thankful for so many different parts of this community because, like I was saying, I don't even know, at the start of the stream, we're watching all these puzzle pieces come together as this program slowly matures, and the more people looking for where the puzzle pieces go, the better. You can see the 3 sea-level Raptors and the 3 vacuum Raptors on the bottom of the ship, maneuvering on top of the hot stage ring. Really quick programming note, if you are in the store and you are buying a patch right now, please make sure you're putting in the right address. It's not like auto-filling the wrong address like a previous place you lived or anything like that. So triple check your addresses when placing orders in the store, please. It really cuts down on the support queue. We appreciate you for it. The same thing happens to me. Anytime I order anything from any store online, it wants to send it to LA. And I'm like, no. Texas, please.
Almost fully lined up.
You say that, but sometimes it can take quite a while to get this final alignment locked down.
I should say, in terms of degree offset, yeah, in terms of time, it does take them a little bit to do this part.
Fair. Evan White is asking, are there going to be any potential differences in stacking procedures between version 1 of a full vehicle and version 2 of a full vehicle, given the new tower structure?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say until the new tower's built and we see a stacking on it, but who knows? Well, I mean, hopefully we will in about a year. How long do you think it's going to take for Pad B to come online?
If they're a year out on Pad B, that's not good. I'm hoping it's like 6 to 8 months, but that seems optimistic. It's so hard to guess, but they need that pad soon.
I mean, it simultaneously feels like 6 months away to me and like a year and a half, and I have no idea what end of the spectrum is more accurate.
Yeah, I agree.
Stephen Clark is asking, I believe Ship 31 and Booster 13 are the last of the first-gen ships. What are we expecting upgrade-wise moving forward? I can take some of this, Trevor, if you want, or you can just steamroll right through it. Whatever you want to do, good buddy.
Let's hear your answer.
Well, yes, Ship 31 is the last of the first-gen ships we expect to fly. There is another first-gen ship, Ship 32, that has been sitting at the Rocket Garden for months without a raceway, without, I think it doesn't have aft flaps, like it's missing a whole bunch of stuff. So we do not expect Ship 32 to fly, not least of which because SpaceX and Elon have messaged that the Flight 7 mission for Starship will include the first upgraded ship. So there you go, there's that. Upgraded ship, what does that mean? Well, they've added a ring to the tankage section, and they have rearranged the forward dome because the forward dome is now elliptical instead of pointy like previous, and that means that they were able to sort of stretch the tanks, I think, another couple of rings, while not growing the ship by any number of rings other than that one, by shortening sort of the volume of the payload bay. So TLDR, much bigger tankage, better heat shield, and the flaps are moved. So, yeah, that's my answer. What's your answer, Trevor?
No, I think you nailed all the important parts. There are, of course, thousands of changes that we can't see, to plumbing, to just the general build of the procedure of the vehicle.
Right, like all the internal stuff inside the tankage, whether they're changing filters, changing slosh baffles, changing like piping, tube layout, who knows? But from what we can see.
Yeah, then I think the other part of that question, which I assume they're getting at, is when booster version 2. And we know that through booster 16 is definitely version 1. I believe we think 17 is probably version 1, so there's still quite a few more boosters before SpaceX makes the switch. And I suspect, do you disagree with me, Jack, that booster version 2 is definitely going to have Raptor 3s on it?
Ooh, do I agree that definitely it'll have Raptor 3s? Booster 2, it's a bunch of boosters away. Yeah, you know what? I will agree with that. I think Booster 2 is going to need to be fairly significantly redesigned in order to get the mass down, because we know that the mass on this V1 of Starship is far too high, because again, it's a prototype. So yeah, they're not only going to need to get the mass down, but one way they can mitigate having a lot of mass on a vehicle is having engines with a higher thrust. So yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, so I think that's probably the pacing item, if I had to guess, for Booster 2. Right, we have not seen any Raptor 3s at Starbase, and it definitely seems like they're probably still in the development phase of engineering at McGregor. Right, I think it was just the other day another Raptor 3 was blown up, which could be totally intentional, could be an accident. We have no idea. But the point is, the testing profiles that they've been doing, to me, seems a little bit more like the early Raptor 2 development test than the operational Raptor 2 development test. But of course, there's a large amount of speculation in that statement.
Speculation in a statement from us? Perish the thought.
I just want to make it clear that I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm just guessing.
No, I think it's good to clearly label speculation when we are speculating, so thank you for that. I'm just giving you a hard time. Well, ship is on top of the booster. It's not down on the booster yet, but it is on top of the booster, which is good. Looks like they're doing some alignment, just some very minor, small moves here to get the ship in the right position to lower it down on top of the booster. Excellent. Sandra, thanks for grabbing the Flight 6 patch. Anonymous, thank you as well. Sandra again. Anonymous again. Oh, I think the panel might still be funky. Samuel, thank you. Devin, thank you. Andy, thank you. Wow. Okay, yeah. Panel's still broken. I'll thank you all some more here when we can get it working better. Trevor, I don't know if this is a Trevor question, but I'm going to ask it. Jeff62 is asking, could Falcon Heavy put a batch of Starlinks into lunar orbit?
I mean, it depends how few satellites. It definitely has the mass to put one into lunar orbit. I don't know about how many, though.
Yeah, fair.
Let's look at Declan. Flightclub.io can answer a lot of questions like this. Declan is awesome and built such a cool site, so you can kind of get an idea of how performant rockets are to different orbits.
It's not only good for nerd stuff, too. It's also good to know, for planning shots, photography-wise. But yeah, while you look up that up, Trevor, we're talking about, do we think it's possible for SLS to be canceled? Yeah, I do think it's possible, and I think, maybe even Gateway gets canceled. And one way you can mitigate the cancellation of Gateway, because part of the reason it's in that halo orbit, the high rectilinear lunar orbit. It's in a halo orbit. It's in a weird orbit that's not necessarily, at least one that I'm a fan of, because that way they have comms with Earth. There's no blackout period at all times. Well, you know what? What if you just had some lunar Starlinks? Then you don't need a space station that also serves as a comms link. But that's just me.
Update from the store side. You managed to make Jay really consider how to keep the panel alive. So thanks, everybody.
It's honestly like I'm clicking stuff in the panel, Adrian, and then it goes away. Like whatever action I did happens, and then it reverts right back to where it was. So like if I'm showing things multiple times, I apologize.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing when the panel breaks because the store is getting a lot of love. It's a good problem to have.
Okay, so according to Flight Club, Falcon Heavy with 2 ASDS cores and 1 expended can put about 15 tons into orbit around the moon. So that would be probably about 22 Starlink V2 mini satellites.
Not bad. Not bad. Python is asking, when can we expect a version 2 booster? Trevor, you were saying we think 17 is probably version 2. Does that mean we think 18 is probably... Sorry, 17 is probably version 1. Does that mean we think 18 might be version 2, or do you think it'll be later down the line?
I really don't know, because the other thing that we need to start taking into account is now that they're bringing these boosters back, they're going to start refining them. So at what point do they kind of say, hey, we have enough version 1 boosters? Like, even if the remaining boosters can only be used 2 times, like the original Falcon boosters, that's still, 13, 14, 15, 16, that's still 10 more flights of version 1. I don't really see why they would need more boosters than that unless they are not super optimistic about reuse.
Yeah. Yeah, very true.
That said, I want to emphasize, we have not seen any version 2 booster hardware at Starbase. It could be way later down the line than we're thinking.
Moldy Space, Trevor is asking, the Flight Club thing you did, was that for a lunar orbit or a lunar flyby?
It just says moon. So I don't...
All right. And the crowd softly chants, moon, moon, moon. And the chanting gets louder. Moon, moon, moon. Samuel Miller. Oh, we already did that one. Let's see. Wow, there's a lot of love for the patch in the panel here. I don't know that I can even keep up with this, but I'm going to try and speed run some here while we wait for the ship to get fully set down.
Before you do that, I have to quickly mention Pauline here again. It's something we cannot really say enough, because Pauline not only does this amazing designs, she does it fast. Like this time, I'm not even joking. She had like a week to do this design, because from having the final design from her, it takes some time to like make it like an embroidery design, and you need like there's time that you need there. So the full design time she had was like a week, and this is the result of her having like I am the one then in her DMs been like trying to push her to go faster, and while she gets that, she still does amazing designs. It's honestly absolutely in a crazy work, and I want to once again mention, without Pauline, none of these patches would exist, and she's amazing.
Yeah, thanks for that, Adrian. She really is an absolutely fantastic artist and designer. It's a cool looking patch. And that is, again, the turnaround time on this one was kabonk bonk. So, good job. I'm super pleased with it. I can't wait to get mine. So, heck yeah. Look at that, the very top comment. Another Pauline masterclass. Brennan gets it.
I am most concerned right now. Does Kevin use X in light mode?
Of course he does. That sounds like a very Kevin thing to do. I would never, but I'm sure Kevin would.
God, Kevin is old.
So mean, Trevor. Chris B in the back channel says, light mode is the mode of champions. Chris, don't you always complain about your eyes? Okay, speedrun time. Devin, thank you. Andy, thank you. Alexander, thank you.
Excuse me.
No, it's not working. The panel's still not working. Hi.
I need to interrupt you.
Hi.
It looks better on screen. That's why I have light mode on this specific computer. But it does.
Nah. You need a screen. You need a proper screen with real blacks, my guy.
Jack.
Hi. How are you?
Jack.
Hi. How are
Tension is forming. This is
Jay said in the back channel that I use YouTube in light mode. That's so not true either.
I mean, I'm gonna need to see some evidence, my guy.
Don't let
26 best shit. Bye.
Not shit.
Oh,
that's
no.
not the best. Nope. Wrong. False.
Don't let Kevin Michael Reed distract you from the fact that the panel is still not working.
Yeah, it's really like, here we go. Brian Runner, thank you. Patricia, thank you. It's not working. It's just not. Eric Frazier, what's up, buddy? Thank you. It's not. It's just not working. It's just not. You guys, you broke the panel. Like, thank you so much for all the support. Again, we can't do this stuff without you guys coming out and supporting us. So, thank you. I want to be thanking everybody, but you guys broke the thing. You broke the thing we use to thank people. Oh, good deal. Let's do some more questions. Misty is asking, do we know yet if version 2 boosters will have a hot stage ring implemented onto the booster itself so it's not detachable? Well, as Trevor was saying a few moments ago, no, we have not yet seen any version 2 hardware for a booster. So we don't know. That said, there are plenty of reasons SpaceX might need to have workers access the booster's forward dome. So I think even when the hot stage ring is not disposed of after stage separation, I still think it'll be like a somewhat detachable thing, at least until maybe version 3. I don't know. What do you think, Trevor?
I would be absolutely shocked if it's not implemented in, right? We heard SpaceX say or it was in some regulatory paperwork saying that they expected to put no more than like 5 hot staging rings into the ocean. So with that means that, I mean, that's basically the V1 launches, so V2 would kind of have to have it if you go by that number. But does that mean it's like welded on or still removable? I don't know. And Jack's talking while muted again, but you can see we are getting very close to having that ship on the booster.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with the hot stage ring. As I was saying while muted, it's just another one of those puzzle pieces, like we keep talking about. We'll have to wait and see what that piece looks like once a version 2 booster finally gets rolled out of Mega Bay 2, I assume.
I can't wait for that day.
Jack Yang in chat is asking, what's Jack doing that he has to keep muting his mic? I don't know, coughing, taking a drink of water, stuff like that. Okay, let's try the panel again. Let's try it again. Patricia, thank you for the support. They say, I hope to... Oh, no, it's not working. I hope to see this one live in person. Patricia, I hope you can. Kenneth, thank you. Bob, thank you. Zach, thank you. Anonymous, thank you. A different Zach, thank you. And a different Anonymous, thank you.
What was that? Thank you.
Really, Adrian? Really? You know
I'm
what?
sorry, but...
No, you know what? I'm going to mute. You host the stream. Go ahead, host it.
Okay, everybody. I can't because the panel is not working. And also I feel a bit under pressure now that Jack has done it and I have nothing open to host. But Trevor, it's quite normal that they sometimes, these last few centimeters, go a bit slower, right?
Yeah, this is very normal. There's a lot of stuff to line up, and they don't really want to break the booster or the ship. So they are just going to go slow, take their time to get the ship set on top of booster. As you can see, there's so much piping that needs to align. Obviously, the clamps between the vehicles need to align. They need to make sure there's no rotation. So this is slower, but I don't know. This part normally, I think, takes like 10 to 15 minutes, somewhere in there.
Absolutely, Jack, go ahead. I will not make fun of you again.
I was waiting to see how long it would take.
Come back.
Good stuff. No, thank you for monitoring the store.
It's going good.
Yay. Cordy is asking, do you think Flight 7 will be in 2024? I think not. Trevor,
No.
what do you... Oh, Adrian thinks no. Trevor, what do you think?
First of all, QWERTY is a terrible keyboard layout.
Oh, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. Stop talking.
It is objectively bad. Like, it was designed to be
you're wrong.
bad.
You're wrong.
So you should switch to Dvorak. Second of all...
No, nobody should switch to Dvorak. Anyone that uses Dvorak is objectively wrong. Please continue.
No, objectively, Dvorak is better. Anyway,
QWERTY is the best.
To answer the question, no, there's no way IFT7 is this year. I bet it's probably early to mid Q1, so like January or February of 2025.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Okay, hang on. I just need just a moment. Talk about something, Trevor.
People are talking about QWERTY in chat. I think Thomas Hayden has the best take so far. I'm objectively right, but practically wrong. I will tell you, it is a bit of a problem that I cannot use anyone else's computer.
I mean, did you see what the like in France they use? They use Azerty, right?
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they have Azerty. So in Germany we have QWERTZ. A lot of the English speaking have QWERTY, and then France uses Azerty, I think.
Wow.
If I'm not fully mistaken.
Yeah, Trevor, pro tip, don't train yourself on the use of a computer that makes you bad at using any computer that's not yours.
It's not that hard to set up a keyboard.
Fair.
That's true.
So 11% of people in the poll are saying that Dvorak is better, but I wonder what subset of those actually use Dvorak, because I don't believe that 10% of the audience uses Dvorak.
But Dvorak sounds horrible for WASD playing.
Yeah, it's comma AOE instead.
You think
What?
Trevor doesn't play video games. He's too busy doing math and nerd stuff.
That's true.
Look at the... Wait, go back. Go back to the other shot, please. I'm sorry. Look at the light. As it looks like they're panning one of the spotlights, maybe? That's beautiful.
You can see the reflections at the bottom of some raptors, even.
Yeah. Oh, it's the drone light. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yep.
All right, let me try the panel again. Tim!
You know what?
Thank you. What? What do I know?
You know what would be funny? If in this moment they discovered that there's still a worker in like at the top dome was like, wait.
That wouldn't be funny. That would be terrible. That's like my nightmare. Thank you for the nightmare fuel. Pamela,
No problem.
thank you for the store purchase of the patch. They say Trevor fan here, but always like the other guys too. DOS is also a favorite. Keep up the good work. Good picks. Edgar, thank you. Rick, thank you for the store purchases. They say it's RC Horseman. Just did my Christmas shopping for myself. Thanks NSF for the best merch. Thank you, RC Horseman.
When I just heard the thing about like good picks from the NSF house, we really should make like an NSF somebody should make like an NSF card game, Jack.
Oh man, you know, like a Magic the Gathering, but
Yeah.
like each host is a different monster, and it's like, oh, I tap Adrian, and like.
Oh my god, and the energy, like when in Pokemon you have energy, right? But in this you have maybe like spaceports. It's like, oh, I have like 2 East Coast and one West Coast. I can play, I don't know.
Yeah, what would be the mana? Like in Magic the Gathering you have mana, in Pokemon you have energy. Oh, I got a first edition holographic DOS.
Yeah, like yes, a shiny DOS.
I would so play that game.
It's a full art, Jack.
Ooh, I got Beard Jack.
Moldy is saying locks mana.
Yeah, the locks would definitely be mana. There'd probably also be methane mana, maybe even nitrogen. I mean, I guess you could use the consumables.
I feel like if it's the NSF team, one of the mana has to be energy drinks, coffee, bacon.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
All right, Wizards of the Coast, if you're listening.
I'm just saying. Not pitching anything.
There could have a whole bunch of different Starbase related month. Like, oh, I'm gonna play a crab, or it's like,
Yeah,
watch out! I'm gonna tap my telehandler and use lift on your dump truck.
I play a Camrad van. This allows me to play Jag and DOS in the field.
That's amazing. If you don't,
Chris is saying I literally did not understand the last 10 minutes.
if you've never played Pokemon the card game or Magic the Gathering, sorry, you have no idea what we're talking about. But that's
Starship.
What happens. Right. It's not down yet, but you can see there's a drone there with the light, sort of inspecting the closure between the booster and the ship.
Yeah, it looks like they're in that final alignment stage. Should be going down any second now. As we were talking earlier, yeah, it looks like there's just a couple. I mean, it's so hard to get scale, but that looks like a couple of inches left between the two.
Very close.
So,
the engine
close.
chill pipe looks nice and lined up to my eye, which is a good thing. That's that little diagonal pipe you were seeing there in that last shot. Thank you, Kevin. I'm sorry. Go back. Yeah. Very close. Very close indeed to seeing the Flight 6 full stack in person for the first time. Very exciting. TV Fabian Go is asking, when do you think we will see the first reuse of Starship hardware? I think it'll be a booster, and I think it'll be in 2025. You can mark me down for that. Trevor, what do you think?
I think it better be early in 2025. Like, if it's
Really?
not B13 or B14 that's being reused, I think that's going to be pretty not good for the program.
Yeah, that's fair. Adrian, you there? Are you putting out fires in the store?
No, I'm fine. First reuse of Starship hardware, 2025.
Wow, we all agree.
Yeah. No fight.
Oh my gosh. Ethereal Swordsman says, if you can find someone to make the card art, I can design the game and its rules as well as the card text.
Nice.
I got a first edition Jack in a kilt and a kayak.
Oh, it's so perfect.
So shiny.
We will find an artist for that.
Please, Pauline, if you're listening,
don't spend time on this.
Yeah, you have much better things to spend your time. Let's see. Rex Johnson asking, did they install flight termination but prior to stack? No, at least not that we're aware of. Right, Trevor?
Yes, like we were saying at the start, there's a slight possibility that FTS was installed in the bays. To me, that seems very unlikely. So my guess is there's no FTS on the vehicle, and we will see a destack for FTS installation and pin pull ahead of a final stack before flying.
So a busy couple days coming up here ahead of Flight 6, which, again, right now targeting like, what, 91 hours the clock says? Monday! So soon! You'll love to see it.
I'm really excited for a day launch. Like, first of all, it'll be nice for my sleep schedule, not having to stay up the entire night. I'm sorry, Europeans. But also, it'll just be like cool views, I think. I hope.
What do you mean? It's the best time ever for Europeans. We don't even have it in the night. It's like it's finishing at like what? Like 11 p.m. It's so perfect.
Okay. Yeah, that is good. I hadn't actually done the math, and for some reason I was assuming that it was like 4 a.m.
No, it's like it's perfect for us. Honestly, it's amazing.
And I'm sorry, the people in like Japan and China and
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like Asia is gonna get screwed.
But hopefully, like Trevor was saying, we'll all get some really good daytime views so that whenever people are able to tune in or check out social media, they'll get some extra spicy Starship launch footage because we'll have plenty of light. I'm excited for it. I'm also like, we got that winter lighting right now, and it's just not particularly bright for most of the evening. Like 3 or 4 rolls around, and it's already getting like sunset-y golden hour kind of look. So it could be a particularly beautiful launch if weather cooperates. Speaking of cooperating, I'm going to ask chat to cooperate with me here for a moment and do me a favor and just open up a second YouTube tab or whatever if you're on your computer and go to our channel and check out our latest video, the Road to Flight 6 video that we just put out today. It's, it could use a little love. I think it's a really good one. I spent a bunch of time yesterday. Yeah, that's right, yesterday. That's how fast we turned this puppy around. Shooting this thing. And Ryan did a great job editing it. And if you are not a veteran tank watcher, you'll probably learn a lot from watching this. And if you are a veteran tank watcher, you probably will remember a lot you might have forgotten watching this. Because not only do we go over the long and dangerous road that it took to get to Flight 6, but we also talk about a little bit of what's coming up in the future, as well as what's going on Flight 6 as well. So yeah, be sure to check out that video. Like, open it in another tab. The link is in chat right now. We would all appreciate y'all watching that one because we put a lot of love into that. Ryan worked his butt off, so check it out. Gosh, remember the Rasta crane? I miss that crane.
I was just thinking about that cursed stack.
It was okay. You say it was cursed, and it was objectively cursed in retrospect. But at the time, if you watch the video, you'll know how I feel about it. At the time, it was like a revelation. It was like, oh my God, it's launch in 6 months. You know what I mean? Oh, we were so naive.
Remember how delusional we were after SN8? After like
Yeah.
they like nearly
yeah.
got the landing on the first try, and we're like, oh, orbit so soon, baby, and then it was like a year and a half.
Well, also, SN8, you know, we at least got some rapid flights after SN8.
Yeah, that's true.
The one that really hurt to me was SN15. Because SN15 landed. It was not the greatest launch in terms of photography conditions. It was very similar to SN11, honestly, which hurt. Because it's the first, successful non-exploding 5 minutes later landing of a Starship. And we could just barely see it from Isla Blanca Park. And then there was like the year and a half gap between SN15 when, we'd already had, five low altitude flight tests, and then it's like, oh yeah, let's go, flight a month, let's do this. And then SN15 happened, and it was just like, all right, slam on the brakes. That one hurt a little bit.
Yeah, I'm still worried that the success of SN8 is kinda the success of the first catch, in the sense of that is very good first attempt gives you a false perspective of how hard it is.
Right,
you know what I mean, right?
Yeah,
like
that's fair.
If we right now all assume, or like a lot of people assume, okay, it's a high likelihood they catch, but what if they just got lucky and it was 10%?
I understand your worry. I don't think it's necessarily something to worry about a lot, but it's definitely something to think about, right? Like, at some point in the Starship program, there will be a failed booster catch. At some point during the Starship program, there will be a failed ship catch. Like, it's just inevitable. It's going to happen at one point or another. It's not about never having a mistake like that. It's about being able to rebound from a mistake like that as fast as possible and learn from it. That's also very important, obviously. So
that even applies to launch. Like, it's definitely not outside the realm of possibilities that there's a launch failure on one of these missions. Like, this vehicle is only launched 5 times.
Right. Yeah, very, very worthwhile to point that out. I mean, this is a prototype vehicle. It's the largest rocket of all time. It's using a slew of crazy new technologies that nobody else has tried. Even some very interesting technologies that aren't so new, but that still nobody else, just densified propellants, full flow staged combustion engines, 33 engines on the first stage. I mean, you can tick off all the different things about Starship that are absolutely bonkers. And yeah, it's good to sort of do a perspective check and if there's some bumps along the way, so be it. We're still going to Mars, baby. So yeah, if you want some good, go ahead. No, you.
The chances of a pad fallback are low, but never zero.
It's true. Just talk to Antares.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens in 2025 and beyond. Hopefully, no major issues. But as that video that we were just talking about illustrates, there's been plenty of bumps on the road, whether that's Mark 1, SN1, SN3, SN4, Booster 7, that time the chopsticks broke and the dumpster caught on fire, like all kinds of stuff. But you know what? SpaceX is still chugging along. So if you want some perspective, check that video out. Anyways, is the ship down? It's kind of looking a little down. Is it down? It looks down from that angle.
I would say it's rather up right now. That was a depressed vent.
I don't know how good the noise canceling is on my headset right now, but I just sighed a long sigh. I hope you heard it.
I think you can kind of see that light on the left side of our left view peeking through, indicating it's still up.
Good deal. Well, just centimeters or inches to go at this point. Very close to setting the ship down. I wonder, do you guys think we'll get another like loud metallic thud when the ship is finally down, or do you think it'll be a nice quiet placement this time around?
I'm gonna go quiet. I'm gonna be optimistic.
I think there's a good chance it already happened. I mean, it's always so hard to spot. It's so little details at the end. But usually I think it's down, but then it moves even further and like, oh, now it's down. We'll see how this goes.
We will see. In the meantime, let's do some more questions. Corrupted is asking, do you think Pad B will be able to lift the ship faster, like 10 minutes instead of 30 minutes? Is there a physical limit, or do they need to get stronger motors? I don't think it's necessarily about stronger motors. I think it's just the ship weighs a lot and takes a lot of time and money and person hours to construct. So you want to be relatively careful with it. I'm sure they'll continually iterate and get faster with it. I wouldn't be surprised if Pad B is able to lift faster for some reason. Maybe the shorter sticks contribute to that. I'm not sure. But
I mean, the one thing you want to avoid is momentum, right? And moving it fast, you suddenly have momentum on the ship. And that sounds like a rather bad idea.
Right.
Now I'm just envisioning the next Tim Dodd video being like, why don't they just throw the booster with the chopsticks to get a little bit extra delta V?
or like a bottle flip. It's like a bottle flip, and you have to.
They're just like playing. They're playing flip cup with a booster in the tower.
Yep.
Oh, you missed! Drink. Adrian or 8. Elon is up in the high bar, just like pounding back tequila shots. Let's try the panel again. Anonymous. Thank you for grabbing the patch and some stickers. Hey, it worked. Robert, thank you for grabbing the patch and some stickers. No, they got a max print. Nice. They say, thanks for keeping the great patches coming. Looking forward to see what you come up with next. Match's catch print will look amazing on the wall. Indeed, it will look amazing on the wall. I believe the metal prints are quite nice. In fact, I know they are. So, yeah, enjoy. And also, a portion of the sale when you get a metal print goes to the photographer who took the print. So I know Max appreciates that. Ooh, look, it's the store. And we have a Starship Flight Test collection with all kinds of Starship Flight Test goodies that you can check out. Nice. There really is no higher honor as a photographer or an artist when someone wants to hang your work on the wall. So thank you to everyone that's getting the prints and whatnot. Or the patch, for that matter. Anonymous.
I want to put more of your work on my wall, but you won't let me.
Okay, yeah. Trevor, not now. I thought you were going to push back, but you didn't. Steve, thank you for the very generous $50 super chat. They say, hi, Jack, what are you doing differently with your cameras this time? Some different placements, some different lens choices. We will have to see what I am able to deploy. But I rented basically the exact same thing I rented last time, lens-wise and camera-wise. And yeah, we'll just be doing some tweaks to where I put things and what I task each camera for. We'll probably talk about that more on the Flame Trench tomorrow. Billy, thank you for the support with the store purchase. Techran, thank you. They say, when is the next Earth-Mars Convergence launch window opportunity? Is that 2026, Trevor?
Yeah, I think it's like Q4 2026.
Hopefully we get some stuff on the way in that transfer window.
I think it's every 26 months, right?
Something like that.
What,
Yeah, that sounds right. Gunfox61 gifted 10 Red Team memberships. Gareth got a new hoodie. Peter just bought a patch. Lords of Random, thank you for the super chat. I'm not going to read it. Trevor, do you want to read it?
Hoppy.
Cool. Roger
You
S.
said hoppy on this stream already. So.
It's not like it's the first time I've ever said it. I've said it plenty of times. I still don't like it. Roger, thanks for gifting 10 Red Team memberships. Anonymous, thank you. Chris K, thank you for the super chat. They say, suppose the ship will be caught in 2025. Where will SpaceX catch it at? Starbase or KSC? I think almost certainly Starbase.
Yeah, the base. Right, SpaceX has been pretty clear that a lot of the developmental work is going to be done at Starbase. and KSC is going to be more on the operation side of things.
Yep, so I would wager Starbase. Tyler, thank you for the store purchase. They say, love all the merch. I have every single Starship shirt and patch. Seriously, thank you so much, Tyler. Ed, thank you for the support. They say, let's go IFT6. Thomas, thank you for the store purchase. They say, I like rockets.
I also like rockets.
No kidding, I like rockets too.
We should talk about them at some point.
We should. The random channel is asking, speaking of talking about rockets, I know this is for the wet dress rehearsal. Do you think they could attach the FTS while stacked? No. They don't have a lift tall enough. Also, we don't even know that they're going to do a wet dress rehearsal for sure, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely not doing a full wet dress rehearsal. They would not have the time to do that just because of the amount of propellant that they would lose and then need to truck in. So the best case, or the most testing they do, in my opinion, would be a mini wet dress rehearsal, but even that is by no means a guarantee. I bet that, especially if they go for launch on Monday, they will be doing zero testing, maybe like an ambient test or something like that, and then they'll just destack, install FTS, and go into a launch configuration.
We'll just have to wait and see what happens. The Deadly Driver 1 is asking, if you had a choice to ride Starship, what block would you want to fly? On block 1 or 2? Oh, definitely 2.
Definitely not 1. And
Right.
definitely not 2.
Well, I would fly on block 2, but not like the first flight of block 2.
I would be shocked if block 2 has a human, like a crewed version.
Oh, I don't think it will, but I would fly on it. Let's see. Wilbo wants me to reiterate, Trevor, that their message to you was focus on studies, not films. But
there was no chance of me ever focusing on films.
You still need to watch films. Like, I'm still going to force you to watch films. I'm not going to stop you from studying. But
yeah, it's hard when I'm not on the flame trench to be held accountable for that.
Well, I guess we'll just have to get you on the flame trench again. All right, David, thank you for the support with the store purchase. Dan, thank you as well. Corey got a whole bunch of stuff from the store and gave us some really nice compliments there, saying that they love watching the future of space exploration advance so rapidly before our eyes. Isn't that a treat?
Such a treat.
Ethereal Swordsman, thank you. Edward, thank you. James, Jaymes, James, thank you for the purchase. They say, been watching since SN8. Thank you all for helping the future look brighter. Buddy, there's nothing we would rather be doing. Jaden, thank you for the support. Kerbals and Whack Max, thank you for becoming a Red Team member. Anonymous, thank you for the store purchases. I think the panel, I think it's still, it's like I'm clicking things. I don't know if hopefully they're showing on stream. Gabriel, thank you for the support with the store purchase. They say, this will make an excellent addition to my collection. Thanks, y'all, for everything you do. Thank you, buddy. Tad, thanking us for everything in all caps with a store purchase. Anonymous, Brittany, Adam, Sheldon, Colleen. Y'all, I'm trying to make sure I thank everybody for the support. It's hard with a broken panel. And with, honestly, like, I'm scrolling here. Oh my god. I'm still 53 minutes behind, so forgive me. Anonymous, thank you. Mark, thank you. Yvette, that's a cool name, thank you. Anonymous again, thank you. Steve, thank you. They say, yes, stickers, finally, my laptop is going to love this. Michael, thank you for the support. They say, headed to Mars. Anonymous, thank you. Daniel, thank you. They say, will SpaceX be catching all boosters from now on? I would expect it. Trevor, what do you think?
Yeah, with the possible exception that when they're moving on from one version to another, just like they did with Falcon, I could definitely see them expending boosters as a way of just getting rid of them.
That's fair, yeah. I think in general, though, like, as a rule of thumb, basically every booster from now on will be caught unless they're deliberately expending one for some reason. Or there's a RUD or a flight issue or what have you.
Concur.
Musical Wolves, thank you. They say, can we have a Starship Bacon holographic sticker? I will ask Adrian for you. Adrian, speaking of different Adrian, probably got a sticker. They said, shiny! Jared, thank you for the support. They say, finally. Anonymous, a lot of anonymouses tonight. Jacqueline, thank you. They say, Adrian and team, my water bottle will be styling. Thank you, Jacqueline, for the support. Robert, thank you for the store purchase. Jeff, freaking out about stickers as one should. Thank you, Jeff. Dane, they say, Mrs. X-Wing says thank you. Oh, that must be I'd rather be flying an X-Wing. Daniel, thank you. They say, yes, patch time. Let's do this. Antonio, they say, just a reminder, Ship 26 is still around. He survived his predecessors, and he will survive even more. We'll see, Antonio. Is that Kevin's alt? Christopher, thank you for the store purchases. They say, stickers are back. West Coast, Best Coast. Agreed.
You will never know my alt, Jack.
That's you assuming that I don't already know.
You don't know it.
I do. I know all. Chazzy, thank you for the support. They say, had to get a patch the moment from 5. Thanks for the coverage from all the hard workers both in and outside of Starbase. Let's go Mars. Buddy, thank you so much. Let's indeed go to Mars. Hopefully in the 2026 window. Oh my gosh. I'm like, can I even get through all? I did Christopher, Todd, thank you. Jerwa, what's up, buddy? $50 tip from Jerwa, thank you. They say, mwahaha, YouTube can't stop me. Patchy McPatchface acquired. Thank you so much, Jerwa. Now and always. Benjamin, thanks for the store purchase. They say they love the streams. They've been watching since Starhopper days. They have 24/7 streams on while they work. Thank you, Benjamin. Annette, thank you, Annette, for the store purchase. Nicholas, thank you as well. A lot of people are rejoicing about the stickers, which I'm glad I was not the only one, especially given the amount of guff I gave Adrian. Tim, thank you for the support. They say, I've been waiting 85 years for this. Thank you very, 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 very much. You have made a double diamond member of the Stickerholics Anonymous Club even more happy than getting to see Starship launch live, and that's very hard to do. We're glad we made you happy, Tim. Joe, thank you for the support. They say the stickers and the patch are the bacon I must home. Okay. Jim, thank you for the support. Astro95 Media, what's up, buddy? They say 100% attempting to recreate the patch with a photo from one of my remote cameras. See y'all Sunday. Yeah, something tells me you won't be the only one doing so. John, thanks for the support. Sam, thanks for the support. Paulo, thanks for the support. Charles, thank you for the support. Chris got stickers in all caps. Thank you, Chris. Yay, stickers. Brad, longtime viewer, keep up the amazing coverage with a patch purchase. No, they got a sticker sheet. Nice. Andres, they say, hello from Colombia. I'll be in Starbase next year trying to see a catch. Jack, if I see you, can we take a photo? Yes. If you see me in Starbase, not only do you win the patch award, which means I give you an NSF patch, not a flight patch, but an NSF patch, but also, yes, you can take selfies with me. I'm not a jerk.
He's never taken one with me, for what it's worth.
That is not true. That's not true. We have absolutely taken a selfie.
I actually cannot recall us taking a selfie. I know we've taken photos, but...
Alright, well, next time we hang out.
Alright.
Kenneth, thank you. Darren, thank you. Nibbles, thank you. Ethereal Swordsman. They say, I have a working plan for the cards game. DM me. Chazzy, thank you again for the additional support there. Ninja Decimator, thank you, buddy. Pew, pew, pew. I'm not going to read it, though. Daniel, thank you. Space Ignorant, thank you. Troy,
Jack.
thank you. Kevin, hi.
I actually went looking for the pew 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 button, but I don't have one on this profile.
Do you have a fade
Shame
button?
on Kevin.
I do have a fade button, yes.
Well, thank God for that.
I'll have one on Monday too. Yeah.
Well, what do I like? What do I do, Kevin? I literally am drowning in support over here, which is such a nice problem to have.
It's crazy.
Swim harder.
Swim harder? Okay. James, thank you. Space Ignorant, thank you. John, thank you. Blake Alexander, thank you. That's a name we see all the time. Hi, Blake. Michael, thank you. Sean, thank you. Richard, thank you. Panel breaking. Panel breaking. Oh, I think I made it mad by going too fast. Drew Nar, thank you. Anonymous, thank you. Daniel, thank you. Dallas, thank you. Cole, thank you. Brad, did I do Brad already? Brad, thank you. Meaningless, thank you. Aaron, thank you. William, thank you. I'd rather been flying an X-Wing, thank you. They say you got hit with an EPA investigation. Lose your next turn. Jack used pop culture reference. Trevor is confused for one turn. I love this. I love this so much. Let's see. Ethereal Swordsman again. Robert Ward. Steve T. Mark. And Tim again. And Joseph. And Brigham. I hope the panel's keeping up. Y'all, Tina, thank you. There's so much that we want to do here at NSF to bring you guys the very best coverage that we can. And rest assured that while we currently do a whole insane amount of work to bring you the very best coverage that we can, and if I may toot our own horns a little bit, I think it's pretty darn good. But you know what? It can be even more gooder, even more better. We can do a whole lot with y'all's support. And, 2025 is going to be crazy. Even just Monday is going to be crazy. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I know y'all want to hear us answer questions and chat and goof around maybe just a little bit. You don't want to just hear thanks for like 30 minutes straight, but really, we can't do this stuff. We absolutely can't do any of this because it does take a huge team of people. It does take a lot of infrastructure. It does take a lot of, frankly, money. So seriously, thank you all. That's why we spend the time thanking everyone for the support, because without it, we wouldn't be able to have the most fun jobs in the world. All right, well, I think I need to go pick someone up from the airport.
Yeah, that is important for our coverage.
I would say so. All right, well, with that, y'all, I hope you enjoyed the patch reveal. I hope you're all as excited for Monday as we all are. It's going to be such a hoot. Daytime Starship launch. Yes, there is the Flight 6 patch. Get it now. We're going to be saying this ad nauseum until it's gone, because once it's gone, it's gone. So if you want it, get it now. Also, maybe some stickers, because stickers exist. But yeah, Trevor, thanks for being on, man.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, everyone, for the insane support. I know we've talked about it a bunch, but seriously, thank you. And I cannot believe we are 90 hours away from launch.
It's bonkers. It really is just bonkers. And yeah, to just reiterate one more time, thank you, everyone, for the support. Adrian, thanks for being on. I don't know if you're here or still fixing the store fires, but thank you for being on, buddy. And again, thanks for wrangling the store. You are very welcome, Jack. I am very German, and Adrian. Cool. Sweet. Also, Rough Riders, Gage was operating some cameras in the background. Kevin was running today's stream. Jay also helping operate in the background as well. All right, I seriously, I do got to get to the airport, though. So, love y'all. Thank you. You're the best. We have the coolest job ever, and we only have it because y'all turn up and get merch and hit the like button, subscribe. Subscribing's free. If you don't have any money to spend, subscribe. It's free. Also, follow NSF on all the socials. You know what the deal is. All right, we'll see you all nerds on the next one. Oh, Leica is a good girl.
Such a good girl.
And here we go.
We have liftoff. Propulsion continues to be nominal.
Our Chamber pressure looks good.
Doubling up. Roger, Atlantis.
Water towers, fly! Yes! Tango down to nominal.
Flight down to speed off. Say NSP off.
It's orange!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Décollage!
What is it?
Put that in the big bag, Eagle.
343 unfolds to go.
Indeed.
We rise together back to the moon and beyond.